Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA. I'm Joshua Gray.
And I'm Randall Holcomb. We're about to see Fun Gaming versus Simply Irresistible as our final match for tonight.
And as always, please follow us on Twitter at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA, and also make sure to use that hashtag on Twitter so we can find your tweets and put them up on the broadcast.
And of course, the question of the day is which underdog is likely to upset their opponent tonight and why? That 3 done, you still have time to tell us who you think is going to win against Fun Gaming and Simply Irresistible.
Would you declare that Simply Irresistible is the underdog in this matchup?
As far as experience in the league goes, as a way of judging it, that would be the only place I can think. But they're both sitting nice with their records: 3-1 Fun Gaming, 3-1 Simply Irresistible, right?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and check in with our 2 team representatives from our 2 teams in the final series tonight from Fun Gaming and Simply Irresistible. Good evening, gentlemen.
How? Good evening.
All right, let's talk with Shedamon. Now, you are tired of the Campers team. You feel it's an insulting and upsetting term, and you want to play in a way that deserves a new description. And tonight, we're going to offer a challenge to the audience to come up with a new description for Fun Gaming. Does that sound fair, Shedamon?
Yeah, it really sounds frustrating for us because, 744 is gone. We are not camping a lot. We actually made some great and fast games that were not broadcasted, unfortunately. I guess getting a new nickname for our team would be great, and thanks for caring.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to ask about some other changes. You've dropped Miss Rocky in favor of picking up Dantist. I think he's an EU player, isn't he?
Yeah, he was an EU player. He played in Lucky Kuraki team in European Golden. He is more skilled than Miss Rocky, and he has more tourney experience. So that's pretty much it. We just changed Miss Rocky for another great player.
Okay. I just wanted to know if there was something that had happened that made him seek you guys out, or if you seeked him out, or what was that like before for him to team?
We actually have lots of players that want to join us. We are constantly playing with them, watching them play, watching their skill, and it's not like pressure for our players to get kicked instead and get someone more experienced. It's getting better for us too, because new people with whom we play can bring some great strats, etc. And we really try to find something like this to make watching WGLNA worth.
Got it. Good. Well, I'm sure the audience tonight is going to come up with some great nicknames for your team. Let's check in with your opponent. Vote from Simply Irresistible. Vote. You've had 2 tiebreaker wins over I Love Lamp and Full Potato. You had 1 full win against Timed Out. Those tiebreaker wins, they haunt you a little bit, or do you just take them with pride and move on?
Both. I mean, at the time, it was all pride because we were brand new to the Gold League. We were definitely the underdogs. But now, looking back, we might wind up needing those points, and I think we could easily have gotten them. So it's kind of mixed feelings, but I think we're all happy with how we're doing, certainly.
Yeah, a lot of people would have the same sentiment. What type of preparation did your team have for this matchup tonight against Fun Gaming?
We relaxed for 3 weeks and feel refreshed. We did do some scrims the last couple nights, and we practiced breaking the camps, so hopefully it wasn't all a waste.
And can you tell me a little bit more about your glasses?
These are just some glasses that I found on the street, actually, and I thought they were pretty cool. So I'm gonna probably wear them for the rest of the year. It'll be my 2015 thing.
All right, man. Cool. Well, good luck to you. Do you have any words for your opponent before we start?
Good luck and don't rush too hard.
Shed them on any words for Simply Irresistible before we start.
Good luck, have fun, let's make a show.
Let's make a show indeed. Gentlemen, good luck to you. We'll see you on the battlefield. All right, man. I found a cool pair of glasses. Wear them for all 2015.
My thought immediately when I saw those was, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see. I just, for some reason, the song was in my head, and I was like, sunglasses at this time?
Hey, if they win, I don't think you'll ever take them off. It'll be kind of a
thing.
A token. Betting begins now if you're into the sunglass mode, or if you're into finding maybe a new name for fun gaming. Go ahead and place your bets. It's in Twitch chat. If you have any questions, ask the moderators. Badco is helping us out, along with Dan, actually Shakes Morris. He is our social media correspondent. If you are one of the top leaders tonight when it comes to points in the betting, then you will have an opportunity, perhaps, to take home a prize. Now, it could be a gold code, could be something else, but they're going to be taking care of that in Twitch chat, so make sure to place your bets. You can also find where you are when it comes to the leaderboard at WGLConnect.com.
And as we're going to be getting towards those rosters real quick, I want to talk about Dantis from Fun Gaming. That's the first roster change between these two teams. They've dropped Miss Rocky. You see Dantis joining in, as you heard from Lucky Karaki. If you watch the EU League, that's commentated by Lauren and Ollie, and of course Melly. That is an interesting change. Yeah. I did not expect there to be that kind of cross-region roster switching going on, because I thought that he was a staple over there in Europe and that he would stay in that region, but I'm more curious as to why he's decided to come on over here.
We'll have to ask him when we get the chance, but for now, let's go ahead and jump into our final match of the night, battle number 1 on Motobanka, Simply Irresistible versus Fun Gaming. What do we have for tanks?
All right, so on the side of Simply Irresistible, the defenders in blue, they will be bringing, I love you, Simply Irresistible, 2 T-32s, a Charioteer, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and a 5916. They've decided to bring one of the new tanks to the patch. Doesn't look like Stark may have connected on the attacking side of Fun Gaming. It could be just me. 3 1390s, 3 RU-251s, and that 5916. And that's going to be their strat. Simple.
Bobby Flack and Steiner Pride staying back here.
But you should go look at Eula. Go look at that beautiful new British tank destroyer.
Dun 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 dun! The Charioteer.
With amazing Hesh rounds and an APCR standard silver round. It's pretty cool.
APCR standard silver round?
Yo.
Wow.
And the HE is not bad. And it fires pretty much Hesh gold rounds, I believe.
And you know what else it has?
What?
A compartment for tea.
It does.
It does.
It does.
British. I don't know if it's all British tanks, but most British tanks that I know of have.
And it's a good idea.
Tea inside.
Because on top of it, it's a water boiler. Just boil a little water in there.
Yeah.
And you get sanitary water, as opposed to having to maybe filter it. It's a staple of having a tank.
It's great.
It's great. It's perfect. I want tea in my car. I want a water boiler in my car.
I don't want a water boiler in my car.
But I do have an R2 unit.
Oh, that's true.
It's awesome.
All right, here we go. Looking at the spread coming from the blue team on the defensive side, Simply Irresistible, we have Swipple up in Golf 5. And Fun Gaming in the Magical Forest are hanging back. Not pushing up yet.
While we've got this opportunity, might as well interrupt to tell you guys Cunninghams are now 2-0 against Top Tier right now. The match going on off broadcast.
Wonder if Top Tier have brought any unique tanks to them, at least.
Maybe. It's possible. But the Charioteer, this is the first one we're seeing. It's match number 4. And immediately after I played that Charioteer, sorry to return to this.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Tell me more about the Charioteer.
I love it. It's solid in hull down. It's not the most well-armored tank. I mean, it's okay. It's not really a tank that you're going to play for armor, is it? It's a tank you're going to play because it's flexible, it's able to deal significant damage, but what's great about it is its profile isn't super high. It has a turret. Reload's not so bad. It's got a lot going for it.
Charioteer is going to pull back.
Oh, facepalm, taking a hit for 210 damage as he goes out in the open in that 59-16. Is spotted. He jumps right into a little defilade. This is looking to be a slow open for both teams. Simply Irresistible on the defense. Fun Gaming, I think, taking to heart by the don't rush too hard, I think was what Vote said. They're not rushing too hard. They're actually going to keep this opening move rather slow and calm and cool, where they try and figure out their opponent. But with 3 minutes and just under 30 seconds left, there's not a lot of opportunity for Fun Gaming to grab that advantage they need. Facepalm is finally getting on cap, but he might get spotted soon because there are a number of tanks. There should go down shortly as he is exposed, spotted, maybe not even.
Well,
That was
Syorki,
blind fire, sorry.
Well, he got hit once, and he's dancing back and forth looking for any more shots to come his way, but none yet.
That is a free tier 6 light tank. Vode still alive for Simply Irresistible, and the hit points beginning to... there's a gap widening.
Dantis gets hit for 254. And still waiting for Fun Gaming to make a decision. Either go from the north side and push in, or come across east to west through the forest. It looks like they're going the north side.
Yeah, I think they may have misjudged the clock here, how fast time would travel. As they tried to find some advantage with Simply Irresistible. It's just a very basic, good, solid defensive lineup. There's not a whole lot of exposed tanks. You keeping your guys hidden. There's passive spotting. I like Vode's position that's not as common as the one that is directly to Vode's south. I like seeing that, and I think that his position was what allowed for Simply Irresistible to go so long in this battle without losing anyone.
Here comes that northern approach. Swipple gets hit from the side. Coming from Dantist, who takes another hit.
Yeah, he takes 2 hits, actually.
He's trying to distract Simply Irresistible from this push coming from the north. And he's doing a good job for now, until Yark took a hit for 327. Minute and 33 seconds left for Fun Gaming to push up and try to take the flag cap here.
And shots being fired. Snow is down to half hit points as Stark is looking for a shot onto Swipple. Dantist is cut off right now. Gets to 1390, where he started this fight at a disadvantage, but he's going to leave just in time, where he could have had the shot, could have had the kill, but not able to do that as the rest of the engagement is happening to the south.
All right, well, Nismoon fires a shot, and it's a big miss against Steiner Pride here, but now he's getting lit up. And Flak takes down Snow. It's 3 tanks down for Fun Gaming.
Stark is moving in, though, on the T-32s, grabbing their attention and allowing the consistent fire tanks to keep moving up and finish off Pride. Now Stark is left with Bobby, and Syorki's moving in with the Charioteer standing off at a distance. Misses a crucial shot, which could have killed Yarrick.
Bit of a congestion here coming from the red team as Bobby is almost down, and he does go down. Yark gets that kill. 3 against 4, now in advantage of Fun Gaming as the attackers, but 25 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's just time, not on their side. Simply Irresistible certainly didn't handle the defense as well as I would have thought they could.
Well, they could have also tried to...
Oh, that was HE that did not do what you were hoping it would do right there, Eula. And he only connects for under 200 hit points.
3 seconds left, 2, 1, and this will be a victory for Simply Irresistible. What I was trying to get at, Randall, is that they could have been prolonging the battle, not necessarily winning for the brawl, but winning the overall battle itself because of the time.
Making it last longer without so much caring about your resources.
In a
as
sense,
much.
yeah. I mean, you care, but they're like, oh, we're at a disadvantage. Well, don't push in. Oh, I took another hit. All right, we'll play the long game.
Make it last.
Play for the clock. Make it last.
Yeah.
Make it last.
Just
Still,
survive.
a win's a win. Win's a win.
I think that counts pretty well. Now, damage done. Yarrick on the attack, 2,054 in the RU-251. Right behind him, Slide. Dantist in third on damage on his team. I want to look at Dantist and see how he's performing in NA. Not bad. 6 for 8. And then next to that, we'll compare that to Yarrick's 9 for 13. So good performance out of Dantist. The Charioteer, Eula. Let's see. Hits received, penetrations, all of them pen. And he's got a 5 for 5 hits to pens, and then out of 9 shots fired. So Charioteer not making all the connections. I did see a few misses in there. But he dealt 1,500 damage in 5 connections. I feel like I can give him a little credit for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think he fired HE, and it did the thing that HE sometimes does, even Hesh sometimes does, and it hits a track or it hits the gun mantlet, and it does far less damage than you would have hoped it would do.
Well, we had one of our viewers, Shifty Jammo, made this for us. You mentioned the TOG as the ARC, and so he made us a TOG 2 ARC.
That's beautiful.
That's great, Shifty
my God.
Jammo. Hey, we'll talk to our social media correspondent, Dan Morris. Make sure we get you a gold code for that or something. Thank you very much. We love it. It's awesome. Thanks to our production team for pointing that out to us as well as we get ready for the next battle in a matter of seconds here on Morovanka.
Shortly, a few surprises incoming. I think you guys will be excited to see this one.
Incoming indeed. I took a peek at your screen. I'm looking forward to this. The countdown is almost over here.
I really am looking forward to these new TDs. These new TDs coming out. We've got the Tier 8, yes, but there is a Tier 7 and a Tier 6. Doubt they'll be seen, but I am interested to see if someone has found a use for them and is going to try to use them. Would be cool.
Also, looking forward to what's going to be on this map as well, because there's a bit of a story behind this. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 2 of Morovanka, Fun Gaming versus Simply Irresistible. What do we have for tanks?
All right, first tank we're looking at, guys. Facepalm in the AMX 13F3. Tank that we know Fun Gaming has been using repeatedly and has been seeing some success. They will be bringing 2 RU-251s, 2 1390s, 2 T-32s as well. So they are prepared to play a slow game, flexible, and they're going to lean on that arty for a little while. On the other side, 2 T-32s, Charioteer, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and that 5916 for Simply Irresistible.
For Fun Gaming, that AMX 13F3 did over 2,000 damage on a map in a series that they won.
It was
on
steps.
Yep,
It was
on steps.
And I watched that battle so many times on replays. I replayed it over and over again because I wanted to catch what he did. I was trying to follow the rest of the battle, but simultaneously, they had Facepalm achieving separate objectives, I think. It's hard to judge without listening to the comms, which I didn't get around to because I was so focused on watching all the offlines, but it appeared as though they had a goal in mind for Facepalm. They knew exactly what he needed to be shooting at, or he knew exactly what he needed to be shooting at in order to enact the greatest impact on the game. And he destroyed heavy tanks that were moving up slowly, while the rest of his team handled a bunch of light tanks moving in on a flank.
Give everybody an update on Cunningham's versus Top Tier. Cunningham's is up 3-0 so far in that series. We will keep you updated as this series continues with Fun Gaming versus Simply Irresistible. 5 minutes and 30 seconds, barely scratching the surface of what could happen on this map, but look at that T-32. So low.
Facepalm's looking off towards Syorki right now, and Eula. He looks to be zeroing his shot.
I think he marked a target.
Searching for it. Now I can see the gun wiggling around just a little bit. He might have found
the
something.
RU-251 and the T-32s are open to fire.
I don't
doesn't
think
want to
they're
reveal the fire.
shot out.
She takes a shot.
It was out towards Syorki. No connection?
I'm looking. No, nothing.
No. All right. He moves up a little bit, changes position, and that last one was towards Syorki, yes.
Okay.
So they're looking to pressure the west side so that they can begin moving in tanks into Echo 1, into Foxtrot 1, and eventually up and over into that backfield. I think that's the goal right now for Fun Gaming. They have about 2 minutes to do this before they need to start an engagement, or at least keep their opponent in check. Wait, a tick? See that? That's Vode. Vode, when did he get up there? He's all the way in Alpha 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was sneaky through that magical forest, Randall.
Oh, the magical forest. It hides so many wonders.
It's a ninja. Yeah, that's a very smart play coming from that 59-16 to try to get in the backfield, to take down the arty, because that will really cripple Fun Gaming here. But already they've taken such significant damage against Simply Irresistible's tanks.
Yeah.
Simply Irresistible has all the time in the world, 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
They have that, yeah. Simply Irresistible also has Vode in the backfield, which I think is beautiful. If a tank gets spotted, it might reveal the fact that there is someone out there to Fun Gaming, and they might push because of it. But because they're down a tank due to Facepalm, and Facepalm isn't getting all that much damage out right now,
Yeah.
I think what'll happen is you'll see a push in, like you're going to happen right now with Fun Gaming. Shot out, no connection, and damage being done further to the south as the light tanks move in. You're going to see Vode move in as well and attack Facepalm, take him down.
Skorky getting the heck out of there as these tanks are going to continue to pursue. Vode takes down Facepalm. He gets it. He took him down from up north, and that's going to take down the Artie.
And now focus fire from Fun Gaming towards the southwest. Light tanks moving in. They take down Skorky. Next should be Eula, as Snow is looking towards that target still. T-32s are going to start pressing up, but there's not a lot of hit points
And
to
traded
work
fire.
with.
Traded fire from Bobby, taking down Yarek. And Go PvP and Snow now pushing up against Bobby. Bobby, you got to move out of there, Bobby. Bobby!
Nope. Bobby can't do it.
Stride and Pride moves up, take down Go PvP, and there goes Bobby.
Poor Bobby.
Steiner Pride now moving away as Snow gets behind him in the T-32. Ooh, track shot from Flak.
That
However,
was nice.
Steiner Pride's going to move around Snow, getting away from the turret, getting away from the gun, and they are able to take him down.
Yep.
Nice work by Steiner Pride.
Just a little circle strafing, using the air advantages as a light tank. A tracked heavy tank is probably the most delicious treat that you could have, isn't it? You just see that and you're just like, oh man. That's like sitting down and seeing just a huge fat American cheeseburger sitting on a plate, dripping with hot sauce, waiting for you. It's just waiting.
Yes.
He's stabbing himself with his pen right now. I'm just letting you guys know. Josh is not amused by my really lame jokes.
No, I am very amused. I'm just incredibly hungry right now when you're talking about a cheeseburger.
I forgot.
Swipple, Vode, Flak, and Steiner Pride are able to hold here as a sustenance of some great World of Tanks action is keeping me on my toes. Stride and Pride and Dan is now pushing up against Swipple. Dantis in the 1390s, the last tank left alive, and he will go down? Yes, he will. Vode takes him down.
Is he going to go Super Saiyan?
Question mark. Simply Irresistible is now up 2-0 against Fun Gaming. The tides are going to turn now. Simply Irresistible is going to move on the attacker side. Fun Gaming will be on the defense. Marovanka.
I'm surprised. I didn't realize Facepalm had only fired 3 times in that battle.
Vode shut him down.
I thought he would have fired more times.
I don't know why he took so long to fire in the first place.
I think he was waiting for spots. He wanted spotted tanks, then he fired. But
Okay.
I don't favor the AMX 13F3. It was one of the arties that I explored. I usually played Russian arty, and then I got used to the 261, which is very accurate for an artillery piece. Less accurate now, but still incredibly accurate for an arty. The AMX 13F3 is somewhat accurate. It has okay splash, but it doesn't. I wouldn't choose it. I feel like there might be better choices in an artillery piece. Something that's faster firing. You need to put shells on targets because you're going to have those shells, which are going to just be a track shot.
Yeah. Would you rather have it than a Bison?
I'd love a Bison. I'd love an old Bison. Bison pre the great arty nerf.
Team Bison was a great team to be a part of
Yes.
back in the day. But that's nostalgia for you. The M40, M40, 43, M41, 43.
No, that's
Has been-
a little higher tier.
Yeah,
40.
no, it is. But we would see that
Oh.
used
Oh yeah,
in the shootouts back in the day.
that was
The
like
M40, 43s.
once or twice, I think, and I think it only worked once.
Yeah, well, they try to use either the Yag Tiger or the Yag Panther as a shield. They would go up behind it.
Yeah.
And as soon as the countdown happened, boom, it would just
And
would
whoever
die
had the
pretty
faster
quickly.
trigger finger.
Man, we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Everything's changed. Like arty's no longer anything like
Yeah.
it was. You have to be given there's so many things you have to make happen.
I
So
think a lot
many
of the-
little objectives you have to complete in order for artillery to be effective.
A lot of the people that joined us in this season, season 5 for the first time, what are they talking about? It was back in the olden days of World of Tanks esports. We're going to jump into battle number 3 between Fun Gaming and Simply Irresistible, who's up 2-0 against their opponents. What do we have for tanks?
All right, we've got a 5100, 2 1390s, 2 RU251s, and 2 T29s for Fun Gaming. Sorry, I got choked up when I saw those because I was like, all right, I remember.
Memories. Yeah, T29s. Here we go.
Fond memories of T29s on Magical Force. On the other side, Simply Irresistible will have 2 Pershings, a Charioteer, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and a 5916. So abandoning the RD, Fun Gaming, for a slightly different lineup. I think the T-29s could be effective. Let's see what guns they bring. Both of them opting for the 105, not opting for the 90 with gold rounds. So a little slower firing, altogether highly effective, but they have to play safer than a T-32.
Yes.
A T-32 has the ability to be greedier in a way, or has more opportunity for hull down positions than a T-29. There's more openings for this T-29 to be exposed, where a T-32 would otherwise be safe.
Where would you consider the tank destroyer as the safest position?
Where to put the Charioteer?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the
Because
Charioteer.
they're vying for the higher ground in the magical forest, which I don't mind at all. It's not a bad choice. A little bit of that tree cover may conflict with some of your longer shots.
Yeah. I think that high ground's solid, but I don't see the win condition for Simply Irresistible right now. This is something that a number of teams have attempted to do, and generally is not met with success. Well, at least at the cap part. Maybe you force your opponent to make a mistake, but Vode is on the cap. There's pressure. You've got Dantis incredibly close, Yarick within range. Everyone. There's no cover for Vode. When he is spotted, it will happen. He should die almost instantly.
Well, he's holding on tight, that 59-16.
Yeah, just the return fire is what I'm concerned about. There needs to be good return fire from Simply Irresistible to make this valuable. They have to deal, let's say, 580 hit points in damage. If they can deal 500 hit points of damage to Vode when he is spotted, or just because he's doing what he's doing, then I think that makes it valuable. But you'd prefer to get more hit points out of that. So, all right, there's 336 onto some blue tanks. We've got Snow down to 710 hit points, 234 into go PvP. We're starting to see value for Vode's actions right now as tanks from Fun Gaming are getting more aggressive.
See a number of shell marks in the ground here, close to Vode from a lot of that blind fire towards his position. 34 seconds left. Facepalm gets hit, and Vode, boom, he's gone.
Yep. Facepalm decided to take the risk, go out in the open, takes 1 shell. That's it. Just 1 shell. Oh, there's the second one as I jinx him.
Yeah.
He takes 1 shell for it, gets into safe position, and now there's the control. But there's a press from up north out of Simply Irresistible. They're going to leave the Charioteer behind and move
this is
everything up.
so beautiful. Simply Irresistible moves in now because two of those tanks are away from the main cluster of Snow, Go PvP, and Nismoon.
Fire going into Facepalm from Mew, Black, and Syorky. 1 connection. Looks like we'll wait for the rest of them, as the T-29 should be moving in shortly. Snow and Nismoon are beginning to move in. Go PvP is there as well, but Swipple will be bringing a contraflank into this.
And Steiner Pride gets that kill as these 26 Pershings, the M26 Pershings, are unleashing hell against Nismoon, the T-29, who's now pushing up against Flak.
That's aggressive.
And now he finally falls. Skorky gets taken down by Yard.
I don't know what made Nismoon decide that was the best course of action. Inside is not even close to that, and we've got Nismoon just going forward is the best direction. Maybe it's
Takes it to heart.
I don't know.
Another shot from Flak. Less than 3 minutes for Simply Irresistible to destroy all of Fun Gaming's tanks or get a flag cap here. Another shot into Snow for 441 in that volley, and 238 gets the side of inside.
As he begins moving to the south, there's still tanks that can fire on him. Eula has a great vantage and has put 2 shells now, may get a chance for a third as side moves just to the east of the hill, looking for the Charioteer.
Snow is down. Moderator gets that kill. Go PvP could be the next tank they focus on. Steiner Pride's trying to stay alive in the Charioteer, but the 5100 takes him down. Eula returns fire for the revenge kill, and 2 tanks remain for for Fun Gaming. Simply Irresistible has 4 tanks, and Dantis and Yarick are fighting back as much as they can with what remains of their team.
And now with 476 hit points between the 2 of them, I'm a little worried. I think that this is going to be the 3rd one for Simply Irresistible.
Another
Few
shot.
mistakes really from Fun Gaming. The T29 moving forward, Nizmoon
Yeah.
out of order with the rest of his team.
Taking that aggression to heart, though, but also if the T29 feels that he's not going to make the fight, just trying to be a burden against the enemy.
Perhaps, but there were
yeah.
the
I mean,
timing of it all.
Timing, yes. Moving down that hill a little bit too fast, too quickly, maybe overconfidently. T29 is a great tank, but it is a tier 7.
It's not necessarily what he did or what tank he was. It was when he decided to do it.
Yeah.
Everything else in different situation might have been just fine. It's just that Nizmoon decided to move forward at such a time that was inconvenient and not beneficial to the rest of his team. So that's what we're looking at when we're talking about Nizmoon there.
All right, we jump on over to the flag cap here, which is 4 seconds away.
Let's see, maybe there's a reset.
Simply
Yarrick
Irresistible.
stops.
Can Yarrick get it? Oh, he gets it, but they destroy Yarrick.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1 tank remains for Fun Gaming. Try to get a random reset. They can't get it. And captured. Simply Irresistible is now up.
Oh, and by the way, final tank went down.
They took him down.
Yep.
They took down Dantist. They're up 3-2 in the series so far. 1 battle remains on this map before we move on to Himmelsdorf, which is the map that we started the night on.
Odd.
Full circle. Full circle.
How are you doing this?
It's happenstance, man. You just got to enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy
Josh
the ride.
has magical powers.
Nope. So if I did, I would just make $100 bills come out of my hand all the time.
All right, let's take a look at this situation. Fun Gaming, Simply Irresistible. Go PvP. Moves in with support from inside. Now, good job on the motion, but you can see how the fight is broken up from Fun Gaming.
Yeah.
Not all tanks have the ability to fire at all enemy tanks, and they're not able to back up and to cover. There's no retreat, no surrender, forward-only direction situation in which you just have to fight. There's no regrouping. There's no organizing your guys. They didn't allow themselves those options. Partially because Simply Irresistible did a decent job at getting in their face and being very aggressive and forcing Fun Gaming, I guess, to make a decision. Because what are you going to do when someone gets in your face and they have guns? I mean, you're going to do something. Yeah.
There's a couple scenarios I can think of. One scenario is not to miss.
Definitely don't
and
miss.
that's happening with Fun Gaming. They're missing some crucial shots. Not always what we're seeing right on the battlefield from our point of view, but looking at some of the stats, there are some significant missed shots, but also on the same side for Simply Irresistible. But as the defenders, a lot of blind shots. There's nothing wrong with that. Stats-wise, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just
Or the
kind of
brawls.
it skews them a little bit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's
or
hard
the
to
brawls.
it's hard to figure that out. You can compare bounces to penetration shots, but missed shots like to throw things off. All right,
What do we have for tanks? What do we have for tanks, Randall?
looking at those 2 1390s, 2 RU-251s, a T49, and 2 T29s for Fun Gaming, the defenders. On the attack, Simply Irresistible, 2 Pershings, Charioteer, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and that 5916. That T49, that's going to be fun. We haven't got to see this one today, actually. This is the first T49 of the new year. And oh, is it a beautiful tank. 152 millimeter cannon. Some hash rounds that do amazing things sometimes.
Quick update, Cunningham's 5-0 over top tier.
Whoa!
That is an upset. Not necessarily of who won, but how big the spread was.
That's decisive.
Yes, it is.
I'll have to go look at those tomorrow and get some highlights together, because I'm sure Cunningham's played some brilliant tanks.
Flakvode, Eula, Moderator, Steiner Pride, and Sorky looking for an opening to break through Fun Gaming's defenses.
I'm sorry, I neglected to mention that Simply Irresistible did make roster changes. I forgot in my notes where I'd written it, and it's Kaiser and Bananas that they dropped. So you're no longer seeing either of those tankers.
Wow, they
And-
dropped bananas.
Yeah. B-A-N-A-N-A. Actually, it's B-A-N-A-N-A-Z
Z.
with him. Syorki and Moderator, who are right on the battlefield at this time, are the new players on the team. I kind of feel sorry for not remembering that. I'd written it in an awkward spot.
Taking a look at Vode in the 59-16 on the flag cap. Again, forcing Fun Gaming to fire towards him. And Snow is trying to do so in the T-29. Missed shot there. Vode's going to get off the flag cap as we are seeing some push coming from Fun Gaming at the north side of the Magical Forest. I don't think they know what's in store for them if they approach this way, Randall.
I don't think they do. I don't think they know, because Facepalm got in a cool flanking position, yes, but there's a Charioteer sitting on that beautiful high ground, amazing vantage point, and he's going to start ripping people up. Yarick is almost dead. He is dead, in fact.
Big shots coming out from both sides here. Skorky is low. Facepalm of the T-49 trying to get behind enemy lines here, at least pull some of their attention away. He goes down.
Next Go PvP is dead. And is it inside or is it going to be Dantus? Take your bets. Vote on, moving in.
Vode takes a shot on the right, and another volley of 505 in the 59-16, but he's still alive. And inside misses a shot against him. And Simply Irresistible now continuing on the chase against inside here, but Snow takes down Vode on the left. Snow in the T-29 at full health, along with Nismoon. The last two tanks left alive in those T-29s are going to face the full wrath of what's left of Simply Irresistible in their 5 tanks. Eula pushes up, shot into the side tracks of Snow. Moderator lines up a shot to the front, and from behind, Eula cleans it up. Nismoon, the T-69, or excuse me, T-29. Last tank alive. The surround's going to come from Simply Irresistible. Swivel from behind, fires a nice shot. Steiner Pride wants to stay alive, and he does. In the Charioteer, gets the final kill in battle number 4, and that's going to do it for the first map, Murovanka. We're going to switch up to Himmelsdorf, which was the map that Simply Irresistible asked for. Chose.
Yeah, Fun Gaming chose Murovanka and was not able to see any real victory there.
No, none.
It was not working this whole time. Something was off every single battle. Something didn't seem to be fitting.
Well, yeah, for this one, Simply Irresistible was waiting for him in that northern section, and because of the divide, you see the 2 heavy tanks moving through that Foxtrot Echo movement of the map in the 5 line. They're not engaging at all in these tankers, and this allows Simply Irresistible to completely overmatch him, then go on the chase, and once this is over, move to the south to face the T-29s. So is this an opening mistake from Fun Gaming by having those T-29s down there? I don't think so. I don't want to say it was a mistake opening-wise. They just did not expect all those tanks to be in that forest.
I think that was it. They misjudged the exact positioning in such a way that they assumed their enemy would be slightly south by a few hundred meters maybe, just kind of on average, every tank a few hundred meters south, and then they tried to pinch on that position that they thought was going to be where their opponent was. Their opponent was slightly to the north. And so they were caught out in the open, no real cover to speak of, and they got cut down. It's not a situation where you really have a retreat or an audible to go from. Your timing is totally messed up because your opponent moved at the right time into the right place. It's not Fun Gaming made a huge mistake there, aside from taking the risk in the first place.
Sure, true enough. Well, you look at the amount of damage they were able to do. Nobody on the side of Fun Gaming went over 1,000 damage. Nismoon got 998 in his T-29, but when you get raffle stomped, you get overwhelmed that quickly. Panic mode is a great time to learn, like as a team, or something to practice is panic mode. Whoa, we didn't expect this. What do we do? And you start shifting targets and not landing your shots and not firing, and you're dying. If you're not doing damage, you're dead, period. No matter how much of an advantage you may have on the high ground or low ground, you're dead if you're not doing damage. What do we have for tanks, Randall? For possibly the final battle between these 2 teams.
All right, Simply Irresistible, who will be the attackers, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, KV-5, IS, and a Tiger 1. Other side, Fun Gaming, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, Waffentrager, a KV-3, and a T-29. And to answer your thought a moment ago.
My query?
Yes. When in panic mode, don't. Because no pro player should ever panic.
Yes.
You should never panic. Always be cool-headed. You will get scared sometimes. Sometimes you'll see 5 tanks go over a hill on you, and you're alone. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes your voice cracks.
Yes, sir. But
it'll happen.
You still want to maintain your composure, at least to do the best that you can in the environment.
Or at least pretend to. That was probably the thing.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you fake it. That was when I started battle calling. That was when I learned that one. Because when you panicked or when you got heated or you get too energetic, everyone else on your team responds to that. Everyone else feeds off your energy. Everyone else feeds off of that. And if you're panicking, they're panicking. If you're calm, they're calm. And they're able to work with that. So that's what you need to expect about your teammates. It looked like Fun Gaming has attempted to stay cool, calm, and collected, but I don't think that they were as cool and calm and collected as they needed to be to
I'm
know
cool,
the answer.
calm, and collected watching this KV5 move across the courtyard and the moving wall that he is along with the IS. I always love this tank because it is exactly what you want it to be. It has more HP and it's big. It's a moving wall. And as we've seen it used very effectively, rarely though, but effective in very fun strategies. And it's always fun for me to see the KV5 on the map.
Duh.
Shot fire from the KV3 from Facepalm. That's coming towards Steiner Pride and Skorky here. But as they move away from that corner, this is the linchpin. This is the test for any team as the aggressors, as the attackers. Can they break through against the defenders here?
They're going to run a gauntlet. So what you're looking at right now is the attack. It's about to happen. Facepalm looking at the correct corner. First tank spotted. Flak bounces the first shot.
KV5 is tracked and taking some damage, but if there's a first tank to move out, it's that KV5. Now the ISs are moving into swarm against Facepalm, but at what cost? At what cost? Swimple! You gotta move! You gotta repair. He repairs in time, and they're up against a KV3, and Snow takes down Moderator.
Facepalm could do some work with this. If he's able to deal a little bit more damage, he needs one shell more, and he will finish Swipple off. Vote is in the way, and Facepalm now has to take him on, but Facepalm not looking too bad here. And he looks for Swipple, but this is body blocking.
Flak returns fire in that KV5, but the Tiger 1 Eula misses a shot against Snow. And that Waffentrager with that giant shell, you can hear it when it fires.
I mean, that's...
Hasn't landed anything yet. Oh, on the flag cap. One of the heavy tankers moving back. And this is where Simply Irresistible can play quote-unquote defensively by putting that tank on the flag cap, forcing Fun Gaming to come around the corner. But they're doing more than that. They're now coming from the south side. Yule and the Tiger 1's going to try to cover Skorky in that 5100.
Surprise Tiger 1 connects with inside, and Skorky will be able to peek out. But timing-wise...
Oh, not a good time for Skorky to peek out here. And Eula looks like he's able to land another shot against inside, but is it enough? He's barely staying alive in that Tiger 1. One more shot, he will go down, but enough shots from the north side able to cover him. Able to land a shot against Dantis. Can Skorky finish it off against that T-29? No, he may take some significant damage, and he does from Dantis.
But Pride has shown up, full health, 5100. It's going to be able to unload on these tanks in the south. Now, inside is running away. Dantis.
Oh, the Waffentrager with a huge shot to the side on Strider Pride shuts him down. 2 tanks remain to the north side. It's Vode and Swipple.
That's it. That's going to be game. Fun Gaming are going to be able to put a point on the board with this one. Hit points, though. Wait a tick, 994? Let me look around at everyone. Yeah,
Oh, they're
everyone.
all low. Oh, they're all. That's why that 5100, if it's still left alive, he could have cleaned this up. Danis and his 5100 is turning the corner. Vode, he sees it. He sees it. He sees it. He tries to pull back, but inside moves in and gets a kill. It's up against Swipple with 175 hit points. Up against 5 tanks. That's it. Fun Gaming puts a point on the board.
Wow.
On Himmelsdorf. I want to see how much damage that Waffentrager did. That was huge.
It is nice,
Hopefully
isn't it, to
it'll
see
pull
that
up.
thing.
Ah.
Okay, looking at... Snow does 1,227 damage in that one. So 1 good kill, fires 11 times. Now, mind you, I watched a lot of those, and they were blind fire, right down the tracks, just looking for something to hit, not really misses. So 4, but those bounces, those are what hurts so much when you're firing the big gun on the Waffentrager. You have heat shells. If you hit tracks, especially against IS-3s, always bounce. Bounce every time, and it's unfortunate because you waste a lot of potential damage with that.
11 shots?
11 shots fired. It's,
2 hit, though.
but four hit.
2 penetrated. 2
Yeah.
2 did damage. But those 2 shifted the end of the battle, and that's what made a difference for that tank destroyer.
Certainly. I think the 5100s are something that needs to be talked about, though. I think that Inside was in the perfect positions in many situations to deal the damage to the right tanks to allow for opportunities. If you had seen a different, more aggressive play to follow up their initial attack, Simply Irresistible may have been able to catch the tanks from Fun Gaming off guard and may have been able to push on through. But they didn't. They held up, and they started putting pressure on the cap. That's what allowed for Fun Gaming to make the response, the proper answer in that situation.
And they used the cover very, very well in that from the southern approach into the northern side. It just was a little bit too spread. I mean, I could see what Simply Irresistible was doing, and it was cool that they pushed across to get that one tank, but it took a while to kill it. They used the KV-5 to move out first, which has the most amount of hit points. So fundamentally, they're doing a lot of things right, but started to fall apart a little bit later. That's the tough part about being an attacker on Himmelsdorf, is that how to deal with that northwestern section. I feel that if they use more of a split, maybe not necessarily a bait and switch, but more of a split of using the corner of the courtyard, having some pressure on the one flag cap to force tanks to engage or at least look in that direction, and then try to play with that a bit, or kind of guerrilla tactics on the flag and I call it the two flag, with a flag in the northern section and then the one flag, the flag on the western section, and just kind of just bouncing back and forth between that. Now the difficult part about it is once you reveal that another tank is up on the two flag and you're fighting on the one flag, well, they can just overmatch you.
Of course.
They can push in.
That's the problem. You're not quite fast enough, and you don't quite have the escape routes, I think, to do that easily. You can do it. It's possible. There's a lot of possible strats on this map. There's a lot of various strats which can work, but it's your chances of success. Just like the breaking of the traditional Himmelsdorf Northwest defense, it's not 100% effective. You're not going to get 100% of the time wins on a map with the same strategy. You will be beaten eventually. Something will go wrong. Maybe you'll get that one bad RNG shot. It happens.
Maybe.
I mean, it will happen one of these times. I think Simply Irresistible executed well. Little things happened, and Fun Gaming was well prepared. Might have worked any other day.
All right, well, the countdown is almost complete for battle number 6 between Fun Gaming and Simply Irresistible. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Looks like we've got two 5100s, two IS-3s, a Waffentrager again, KV-3, and a single T-29 played by Nizmoon. On the side of Simply Irresistible, the attackers, two 5100s, two IS-3s, that KV-5, single IS, and a single Tiger 1. So if you look at it, you've got 10k hit points on the side of Simply Irresistible, which is, by the way, a lot of hit points. You usually don't get to go over 10k in this format. Usually you get to sit around 9 maybe, but a 10k hit point pool lineup is beefy. And you can bring beefier lineups. Yeah, sure.
It's beefy. It's survivability is what these tankers want to get past this defensive line.
Okay, I think that's a good way to put it. You need survivability. You need what is it? A currency to work with. And our currency right now is hit points. How much damage you can take. The effectiveness of your armor, right? Because that's what you pay in order to gain a position.
Yep.
This is I love to focus on this because I feel like it's just a really simple way of turning hit points into some kind of value, because it's hard to value it sometimes, because if you're alive, you're still a gun in the game. But less hit points means you are easier to take out, and if your opponent has more, it means you have to be way better than them at dealing damage.
True.
Most people are going to trade rather evenly. Slight variations, maybe a bounce here, means about 400 damage difference. If you get 1,000 hit points up on your opponent, think about that. Yes, a few bounces will throw you back behind, but if you're good enough and if you guys play well, you should make it work. You should be able to make your connections and keep trading well, which if you have a hit point advantage, even trades mean you're going to win.
Some blind shots coming from Fun Gaming, currently in the blue as the defenders. Once again, the attackers in the red, Simply Irresistible, have placed all of their tanks into the enemy territory past the Delta line.
And they're going to go for it again. One more time that they try and break this northwest defense. You can see them stacking up everything except the 5100. And then far to the south, that is another 5100. Siorki to the south, Pride to the north, and all of those amazing Russian tanks to drive forward. Here we go.
And here's the push. Flak in the KV-5 once again, the first one out. Notice they're not firing on... Oh, yeah, they did fire on him first. And he absorbs a lot of that damage.
But these volleys are much more focused than they have been in the past, and I like that. We're seeing each and every tank come in and get ripped apart. Yes, Vode gets in without much damage, but now Facepalm has a lot more opportunity. And Swipple can't peek, neither can Maw. Not without potentially dying. Vode can.
This is a scenario where the flag pressure can really come in handy here for Simply Irresistible to force this corner game. The difference was 3 tankers moving in against the 1 tank on its own compared to the 2. But yes, the volley was beautiful coming from Fun Gaming, Randall.
It's what needed to happen. Now there are healthy tanks sitting around on the side of Simply Irresistible, but those tanks are a 5100 and a Tiger 1. That is not the IS-3s, they're all very low, and neither is it a Vode, who is now sitting at 892.
I don't know why they don't take one of these tanks back in this corner on the flag cap.
It doesn't work.
Back here?
Too easy to shoot.
Yeah, from this corner it is.
There's the window there.
Just Eula and Flak once again are going to get cut off because of this southern tip approach coming from Dantis inside and Nismoon here.
Yeah, well, Dantis and Inside have taken so much damage now. It's going to be difficult for them to stop the cap. They don't have enough to take a hit when they go around
Unless they can
the
take
corner.
down Skorky here, and Steiner Pride doesn't have any shots to cover unless he does.
Oh, he does. He's got a shot or two. Oh, Nismoon has enough hit points to play with, and you're going to send Nismoon up there. But taking on a Tiger 1 doesn't appear to be working very well.
Eula's able to get a shot against Nismoon for 246 damage. Go PvP takes a hit for 378. Nismoon with another hit for... Oh, he goes down! Steiner Pride able to get in the 5100, and he has 2 tanks down below that are very low he could engage upon here.
Oh man, Snow moving in.
With the Waffentrager.
1 shot, 1 kill kind of a time now.
Oh, Go PvP takes down Vode. Flak, Moderator, Swipple, and Eula dancing back and forth. 4 tanks, all below 50% health.
And there goes Inside. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Yorkie comes out of one corner.
3 tanks left alive for Fun Gaming. 6 tanks left alive for Simply Irresistible. Simply Irresistible up 4-1. This could be the last battle here for the night. Simply Irresistible looking to close it out. 2 tanks remain for Fun Gaming. Flak goes down from Snow. He's able to get the kill. Waffentrager. Go PvP. Dodges a shot.
Bouncing so many shells.
So here comes Steiner Pride from behind. 1 shot, 2 shots, and 2 kills. Steiner cleans it up, and Simply Irresistible takes the series 5-1 against Fun Gaming.
I am definitely surprised. This counts as that underdog because we talked about Fun Gaming being the more experienced team. There we go, your underdog victory for the evening. Simply Irresistible is now 4-1, and that'll make Fun Gaming 3-2, I believe.
I believe so. We'll have to check at the standings a little bit later tonight as we go through it. But Fun Gaming had a solid defense for the first one on Himmelsdorf. The second one, I felt that those tanks that moved to the south took way too much damage, and they kept taking damage from the tanks on the flag cap. And after that, they were too weak to push in.
This actually full circle. That guy invented it.
I did.
Full circle. Last battle, I was talking about how I saw the execution for Simply Irresistible, and it seemed right. Or the previous battle, which was, but I saw execution on the attack was correct. Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting mixed up. On the attack, it's correct. But not every single time is your attack going to succeed. You're not going to see 100% wins. They do it one more time, try it again, and as you can tell, as you saw, the results are a little bit different this time. The attacker wins.
Yeah.
And it was almost the same reaction. It was very little variations in what they did. Little things, connections, having your turret pointed in the right direction, predicting an opponent. Also some individual play, which was nice. We saw tanks preserving themselves well, not exposing themselves unnecessarily, good reverse angling, use of the Russian heavies and the side armor there, along with tracks in order to cause bounces.
Sure.
It was well played, but it wasn't far off the loss we had just seen with the same strategy attempted.
Yeah, and it's adaptability that is measured out both in successes and failures. And that's what both teams have to learn from tonight. All teams have to learn from tonight. The ones that struggled and weren't able to get the wins, they have to look back and adapt to their failures. And the ones that had successes, need to go back and make sure that they refine those successes and create flexibility around them as well so that teams don't study them and therefore counter them perfectly because they know what to expect.
Well, you can make those really small variations.
Yeah.
You just move to the bush slightly to the north or decide to put your crossfire and adjust it 100 meters west or 100 meters north. Little things like that you can throw in without compromising your strategy, I think. So, yeah, I think that's a good point to
Let's
make.
go ahead and recap the day from what we saw in our matches tonight. First off, it was Roulette versus Hammer Time. Quite a series. Hammer Time took it in a tiebreaker, 5-4. RBIS versus Simple Tankers, 5-2 in favor of RBIS, who took third place last season in our season finals. Simp versus Penguin Mafia, 5-1 in favor of Simp. And Fun Gaming lost to Simply Irresistible, 1-5.
That one's probably the most surprising of the night thus far.
Yeah. Well, Fun Gaming, can't count them out. They're a bit on the up and up, but hopefully they have some lessons learned here. And we still saw some solid volleys from them, though. Those are some great volleys from their tanks tonight.
You're right. I completely agree. There are redeeming factors. Even though it was a loss, I think Fun Gaming was the example maybe of the team that wasn't so much worse than their opponent, that 5-1 is a clear show of like the difference in skill.
Sure.
But every single battle, those tiny differences just happened to work. That just worked out to victories for Simply Irresistible. Like it was the little tiny things which just, that's a victory. That's a victory.
Yeah.
That's a victory.
Trying to update everybody on what's happening with the non-broadcasted matches going through the night. Full Potato lost to Victoria's Secret 5-4 in a tiebreaker. Elevate beat Timed Out. Now, they were down 3-0. Then Elevate came, or at least 2-0. I believe it was 3-0. Then they came back 5-3 against Timed Out. Cunningham's 5-0 Top Tier. Top Tier is a team that's been with us since Season 2. Cunningham since Season 1. So it is a bit surprising that it was a blowout 5-0. And I Love Lamp currently in the series against Noble right now. And those results we will update you with Thursday when we're back here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings when we can. Booyah! Thank you, production team. Simp is currently up with 15 points and 5 wins. Cunningham's trailing right behind with 14 points. RBIS and Hammer Time are tied up with 12. Simply Irresistible at 10. Simple Tinkers at 9. Fun Gaming at 8. And Elevate at 7.
All right, and then for the bottom half of those standings, Noble sitting at 9th with 6, tied with Roulette for 9th at 6. Full Potato with 5, and a tie for 12th with I Love Lamp and Top Tier. Penguin Mafia in 14th, 15, Victoria's Secret, and Timed Out, still with 0 points.
Oof, that's tough.
I mean, keep your hopes up. You can't get down.
Of course, it's still too early to say who's going to the finals, guys. By the way, the finals are happening March 15th at the Folsom Street Foundry in San Francisco. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have more information on our different social media websites, but make sure to save the date. You definitely want to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And if you were there last time, I think they have a few updates to the venue, which are nice, so you might want to come back.
Yes.
Make sure.
Yes. It's a very nice
Don't
venue,
sell.
close to downtown San Francisco. And the prize pool, $171,000. It's quite a chunk of change. Quite a chunk of change. Take a look at tomorrow's matches real quickly here if we can. We'll get that schedule up for you. There we go. The I Love Lamp against Top Tier, followed by Full Potato versus Noble, Timed Out versus Victoria's Secret, and then the Cunninghams versus Elevate, which I'm sure is going to be a great number of series tomorrow.
Which one are you looking forward to the most, real quick?
Probably the Elevate one. I want to see how Elevate's doing.
I want to
that
see
series.
Timed Out. I'm starting to become a fan of the underdog, and I want to see them get that win.
Sure.
So, Timed Out tomorrow.
As always, please follow us on Twitter at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA, and use that hashtag during our broadcast. We'll put your tweets up on there. And make sure to check out the leaderboard for your points tonight at WGLConnect.com. Final thoughts, Randall?
Good to be back.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Indeed it is, and we will be back Thursday at 4:45 Pacific time with our pregame show, and after that, our first match at 5 p.m. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Tell your friends. Until then, good night and good game.